You know, for a long time, we always talking about examples of self-hate. And Serena Williams is a prime example of what self-hate looks like. Along with other examples like Lil Kim and Sammy Sosa, the list goes on and on. Why is it that we feel the need to be accepted by people who don't even like us, who kidnapped us, brought us here, made them their slaves, and still slaves to this very day? You ever think the Caucasian race will accept black people? Just think about that for a second. Why are you even seeking acceptance for those who hate you, who hate us, who hate black us? I mean, to disfigure your body in acceptance of whiteness shows unadulterated self hate. And, as a black man, that's so disgusting to me. It really is. For the simple fact that you have a certain group of black women who partake in this, as well as you have some black men who also partake in this. This need for acceptance to be white. Get yourself a white girlfriend, you get yourself a white boyfriend. I mean, come on, man. And you have the nerve to speak on black issues. Talk about I'm a strong black woman, but you with a white man. I'm pro-black, but I got a white woman. Where did they do that at? Don't make any sense. And it's unfortunate that there's a majority of us who do that. We are so accepting of this ignorant behavior. By nature, this is not who we are. You know, what's the issue with just being black and being proud? Having dignity and principle. All that just seems to go out the window. You have a group of sisters who complain about black men on a daily basis. You can go on YouTube and damn near see a whole list of women who speak ill against black men. Oh man, I can't even go through the list of how many we dissing black men. And so you got brothers on here on YouTube who speak ill of black women like that's any better. Now, I can agree to an extent that some of our grievances towards one another is justified, but it's only surface. We don't want to get to the root of the problem, and it stems back to slavery. This need for white acceptance, this buck dancing, this selling out, all this stems back from slavery. Rather, we want to accept the truth or not, we are still slaves in the mind. We have not freed ourselves. On a daily basis, you see black men against black women. You do not see this in any other group of people but us. Like we gonna do any better separated from each other. We can do so much more together. And I know, sisters, some of y'all tired of being at the bottom. Do you even understand how all these other races of women imitate you, want to be like you? You are the standard of beauty. Let's look at the history of our people. Even if you go back as far as Egypt, you see statues of black men and black women together, black families. We have gotten away from that. We have let the Caucasian race come in and destroy what we done for 76 trillion years. Now, the white woman is a standard of beauty, and now you're striving to be like the white woman, my sisters. At least some of you are. Because you got your Kristen Carol's in, you got your Cynthia G's. I can go on. It's just sickening. But they'll claim that they're helping black women. You're not helping sisters other than on their way to destruction. Because as it stands right now, we need each other. There's no sense of going back and forth with one another when we are all in the same position. What is so difficult about us working together? Why can't we put our petty grievances aside and work together to build a strong nation for the future generations of African people? I mean, it's no rocket science. You see other nations doing it. Why is it hard for us to do it? Why? Because we got a group of outsiders telling us we shouldn't. Like you got this MGTOW movement, which is idiotic. You had these red pill, which is idiotic. Blue pill, idiotic. Black men, we've always been alpha males. We are the original man. I'm just so sick and tired of us going back and forth with each other. If a man treats a woman with respect and dignity, oh, he is simp. What the fuck is a simp? We come up with all this terminology which makes absolutely no sense. We can always manage to create new lingo to describe our dysfunction. But yet we don't talk about solutions to get out of this dysfunction to become better black men and better black women. We complain about how they treat our children in these schools. Why are you complaining about it? You send your children to the school anyway. You don't think they was going to face the same stuff you faced when you went to the school? We need to stop all this complaining about how the devil treats us. Hell, we can create our own schools. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad proved that by creating Muhammad University. We have examples. We just choose to ignore them. We are doing our people a disservice right now. We want to put our trust in politicians instead of ourselves. We forgot what it is to love ourselves because we're too busy loving everybody else. So sickening, man. And I'm just going off in various different subjects. I mean, at this point, I don't even care. Hell, ain't like anybody listening anyway because people can't stand to hear the truth of what it really is. Now you got this shit with Umar and Kevin Samuels, who personally, I can give a fuck less. As far as I'm concerned, Kevin Samuels is a homosexual. There's no grown-ass man who has a picture from the 1980s cheerleader squad with their ass poked out. Looks kind of suspect to me. And then your disdain for black women, saying you hate black women, that in itself should tell you whose side he playing for. But yet you're going to have brothers who's going to defend this. The ignorance, man. We love ignorance. Rather, most of us want to accept that or not. We thrive. This whole country was built on ignorance, capitalism, stupidity, mind fucking. This is what this country was built on. For us to being as wise and strong people as we are, we allowing something that's lower than us to control us. But yeah, we always talk about black power. Why don't we exert that power? Because a nation is only as strong as its people. And let's just face it, let's be straight up. We are weak. We are weak. And why we are weak is because we refuse to unite together. Not just here in America, but entire diaspora. Because here in America, real talk, you got the ADOS and you had the FBA. And I have a question to my brothers and sisters who are claiming FBA. At one point in our history, did any of our ancestors spoke about FBA? America wasn't even known then. America wasn't known until 1778 when the devils came and stole this land. So you proud to have American and foundational black American. Me personally, I will never claim to be American. I'll be African before anything. To claim something you don't have no history about makes you an absolute idiot. Because you're following an idiot who's nothing but an agent. I really don't want to speak his name, but you know what? Fuck it. Tariq Nasheed is an agent. And he's leading a lot of our people astray. He don't give a fuck about no black people. He only cares about getting that bag. But yet a lot of our people listen to him. I just can't take any black person seriously who dogs women out on a daily basis and build the platform upon that. And this shit with Umar and Kevin, man, this shit just don't even make any sense. It's just a waste of time, and it's just another distraction. Umar can't even finish the school or had no intention of finishing the school. So that's why he's out here doing what he's doing at this point. Because he know he's not going to finish that school. He's not going to build no damn school. He don't even have the discipline to. And I don't know why any black men listening to Kevin Samuels anyway. If you don't know how to be a man by now, then you will never know. I don't need another man to tell me how to be a man unless I'm a boy grown into a man. And these red pill brothers, if black women wasn't out here being ignorant, they wouldn't have nothing to talk about. And any grown man wouldn't even waste his time talking about black women. He would be focused on getting what he needs to get. And that's what we need to do as black men. We need to focus so that and build ourselves up as a nice, strong brotherhood so our women can come back to us to be protected. Women gonna go to where there's power and protection. And right now we have not provided that for them. But yet we want to sit up here and we want to complain about how they treat us. The root of the problem is slavery. But yeah, we don't want to talk about that often because it scares the white folks. I don't give a fuck about no white folks. Hell, they're the reason why we in the position. And now we carrying on what they forced and instilled in us. And until we wake up from what we call a nightmare, this is how we're going to live. We're always going to be talking about black power. We're always going to be talking about what they do to us. We're always going to talk about how they killed young black men on the streets like dogs, how they rape black women on a daily basis, how they kidnapping our children. Let's stop complaining and start fighting. No more negotiations. The time for talking is done. It's been over. But yet y'all want to sit up here and keep talking about the same shit over and over and over and over like a broken record. How long we gonna keep singing We Shall Overcome? Think about it. If you truly for black power, black liberation, get off your black ass and do something about it. Just don't sit up here and talk. Honestly, I don't think some of y'all for real about black liberation. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. This is another rant, freestyle. I ain't expecting much views. Not at all. As long as I can express how I feel, just like everybody else, I'm good. I love my brothers and sisters. I only want the best for us. Think with logic and reasoning. We complain about being in the position we're in, so let's get the fuck out of this position. Black power. Black love.